Welcome to Zaahira Nina and welcome to my Fashion Week reviews. So about Jason Wu, this show I found quite interesting. For me at first glance the collection is very glamorous, very easy to wear. But if we look a bit closer, there's a lot of details and I'm gonna show you a few of them. He opened the show with this gorgeous like dark turquoise kind of trench coat dress. And it already shows that there's a lot of detail in this collection, a lot of hidden details, a lot of small things that I feel kind of make the whole look. But at the beginning, you might not really see them, only if you look closer and pay more attention. In general, the silhouettes are very interesting. So he uses a lot of ruffles and he uses them to create new volumes, different volumes. He puts ruffles where maybe you wouldn't expect it. Like on the skirt, all the way down where it makes you technically look more voluminous. But then while the woman walks, the volume starts to shift and therefore creates a more feminine floating look. And it doesn't come off as that big heavy volume that it could be. Color wise, he sticks to a very natural palette, a very earthy palette. There's some monochrome, and then there's like we saw in the beginning, that deep turquoise blue kind of shade. Then there is the floral prints, which are very fitting for spring. I like that it's not like a bold one-to-one floral print. It's kind of like you would see them passing by. Let's just leave it there. Like I said before, with some of the outfits you have to really look closer, get into it. Especially in this outfit you can see there's a lot of detail that went into it. There's a lot of dresses that have combined 2-3 different types of lace and some more different materials, and it's very interesting to see everything combined together. So for me it was really all about texture that then creates an interesting look. And although the silhouettes are quite classic and simple, the texture is what makes it a bit more special and glamorous as well. Then there is some leather in there as well. For instance, this skirt. I find it very beautiful how this, compared to the other more sheer and light materials, it creates sort of a counterpart, which is more heavy and kind of forces the wearer as well to move in a certain way, and only bends to a certain extent. And especially combined with the knit, it really brings out the contrasts that we have in this collection, like complicated detailed textures yet simple silhouettes, things like that. So I think this collection all in all is a really glamorous, beautiful collection, but like I said in the beginning, you kind of have to look twice. At first glance everything seems very simple, and then once you actually get into it you start to see the depth and the details, and it all adds up to a very beautiful, like for me this collection seems like a beautiful bouquet of spring summer flowers. That's how I describe it. Moving on to Givenchy. Riccardo Tisci, the creative director of Givenchy, held the Fashion Week the first time in New York. And apparently what I saw online, it was very touching. It was outside at dusk, which only added to the drama of the surrounding. A lot of fellow designers were invited as well, a lot of models that inspired him throughout his journey. Now, for many people who don't know that much about Givenchy, call it the goth designer. I find that a bit too fast to judge, because if you actually look deeper into his collections, you start to see a lot of different aspects. Up to a few exceptions, it is monochrome, it is a lot of black color, but yeah, there is more to it. Now, he also mixed everything together in this fashion show. There was ready-to-wear women's wear, there was ready-to-wear men's wear, and there even was haute couture, which is quite special in New York. Usually that is shown in Paris. It was very fitting in that setting, and everything kind of went well together. The influences on one hand were positive energy, and then music was played influenced by 5 different religions. So it was really about bringing everything together and creating that positive energy. Also, concerning it was held on the date of 9/11. And that also was visible throughout the collection. It was kind of an homage and a remembrance to the former collections and the history of the house of Givenchy. Now, I'm just going to focus on women's wear. So, like I said, very monochrome. There was a lot of contrast as well. For instance, he combined lace or embroidery with tailoring, which I find very interesting. Here is one example in monochrome, as always. It's very interesting. You see the tailoring of the vest, but then the kind of ruffled embroidery in the bottom. Kind of strong, bold, but then still playful, and yeah, I guess that's what it is. Strong yet playful. Let's stick with this one this time. Another example for tailoring is this outfit. It has a sort of coat, but it could also be interpreted as a dressing gown, which I find really nice. The fine lines between coat, what you use a design for, and what it looks like, and yeah, it just is has a very playful approach. Material wise, there's a lot of mixture, like I said, lace, net, silk, some sheer materials. Now, why I say for me he's not really just a goth designer or whatever people will call him, is that he really considers a woman's body. He really tries to find that volume and kind of bring out the best of it, accentuate certain curves, hide others. For instance, this one is very flowing and open, but still it has that one kind of belt wrapped around her waist. Then one of my favorite pieces about that is this one. For me, this is classic Givenchy. It has those lines that go around the body. It's almost like the dress is hugging the body in the perfect way. It accentuates the right places and fills in with beautiful applications in other places. This is one of the couture outfits, and he even continued it, this time he even continued it with a headpiece, which looks really impressive and kind of completes the whole look. Now for him, it's the same a bit as Jason Wu before. He also plays with volume for the couture pieces. It's very interesting to see where he adds volume, where he wants less volume. So all in all, I would say Givenchy this year is a very sleek yet powerful and light look. A very successful collection that at times is referencing the brand itself, which is always an interesting aspect. I hope you enjoyed today's Fashion Week review. If you did, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I see you again soon. I think for Victoria Beckham, I see you again. Okay, bye bye!